What's up guys, Andrew here, and this is my full review on the HP Pavilion G199nr. This is a 17-inch notebook aimed at consumers who want a desktop replacement without spending over $1,000. So let's break down the specs. You're getting an Intel Core i7-6500U, 12GB of RAM, a 17.3-inch panel at 1920 by 1080, a 1TB drive, and an NVIDIA 940M for your dedicated GPU. All of this for a price of $999. Let's start with the design. This notebook is made mostly out of plastic. The exterior is silver and it looks pretty slick for a huge notebook. The bottom base of the notebook offers no easy access to the components. I recently uploaded a tutorial on how to access the hard drive and RAM, so be sure to check it out. The weight comes in at 6.60 pounds and its thickest point is 1.16 inches. So this notebook is pretty big and hefty. The interior is also made out of plastic, but it looks pretty slick. You get that black and silver finish fading in and out. Now I got some bad news here, the screen flex is terrible. This thing can really bounce, can you bounce with me? But the good news here, the interior flex is very good. There's hardly any flex. On the left side you got your charging port, gigabit ethernet, USB 2, USB 3, an SD card reader, and your DVD drive. On the right side you got your LED power status indicator, hard disk indicator, headset microphone jack combo, USB 3, full-size HDMI, exhaust port, and your Kensington security lock slot. The 17.3-inch IPS panel looks very good. It has a resolution of 1920 by 1080p, text and images are crisp, and the color accuracy is superb. The colorimeter reported 99% of sRGB and 78% of Adobe RGB. Overall, HP really hooked it up on this panel. The only con is the glossy reflective coating. The 10-point multi-touch screen was pretty smooth sailing. Scrolling and multi-touch was really responsive. The performance from the Intel Core i7-6500U offers great performance for many applications. Remember, this is a dual-core chip, so don't expect top-end performance. For your graphics performance, you're getting an NVIDIA 940M with 2GB of DDR3. Grand Theft Auto 5 is playable on low settings at 1366 by 768. Next up is trackpad performance. The surface is large and the texture feels good. Two-finger scrolling is pretty on point. However, tracking and moving around can be too sensitive at times. Now since this is a 17-inch notebook, you'll most likely be using a mouse anyways. The keyboard is large, and the nice bonus here is the 10-key numeric keypad. For many office personnel, a number pad is a must. The key travel is a little short at 1.4mm, but the overall typing experience still feels good. It's not like a ThinkPad, but it's fairly comfortable. And yes, you do get a backlit keyboard, but there's only one option, either on or off. The top-facing Bang & Olufsen speakers sound about average. It's more of a marketing scheme. They are still nowhere near the HP Spectre line of notebooks. Out of the box, I was having a lot of issues with this wireless card, but simply download the Intel Driver Update utility and perform the updates and you'll get the ball rolling. Now the biggest downside to this computer is the 5400 RPM hard drive. Yes, it's spacious at 1TB, but this thing is so slow. For the best performance, you're going to want to put an SSD in there, and it is going to be a little difficult to access, but I did post a separate video on how to access your hard drive on this notebook. The performance from the 4-cell battery pack was very disappointing. I was only getting around 2 to 3 hours out of full charge, and that's with your regular usage like browsing the web, watching Netflix, and YouTube. But since this is a desktop replacement, you should rarely be unplugged. This notebook comes with 12 gigs of RAM, which should be more than enough for the average consumer. But for you guys that like to go all out, you can upgrade to 16 gigs. The fan noise on this notebook is pretty well contained. Under light to medium usage, you can hardly hear it running. Under high CPU use, you'll definitely hear it running though. So let's get to the conclusion of this notebook. You're most likely checking out this notebook because you're looking for a desktop replacement. First of all, you're getting a beautiful 17-inch panel with great color accuracy, and the viewing angles are actually pretty good. A spacious keyboard with a 10-key numeric keypad. The only cons I have on this notebook is the short battery life, short key travel, and the huge amount of display flex. If you can catch this notebook on sale for around $899, then I'll highly recommend it. At the retail price of $1,100 or $1,000, I would pass. That's the end of the review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to smash on that like button and don't forget to sub. Thank you guys for all the love and support, and I'll see you guys next time.